If I asked 100 ARC Genesis users, what maximum correction frequency do you use? I'd probably get 100 different answers. Some people swear by 250 Hertz. Others say 500. Some recommend 1000 Hertz. Others won't use anything except full range. So, who's right? The answer is, they all might be. Because maximum correction frequency isn't about choosing the best number. It's about choosing the right amount of correction for your room, your speakers, and your measurements. Today I'm going to show you how I decide on maximum correction frequency using the measurements inside ARC Genesis. By the end of this video, you won't need to copy anyone else's settings. You'll know how to make the decision yourself. Part 1. The biggest misunderstanding. One of the biggest misconceptions in home theater is believing that more correction automatically means better sound. It doesn't. Maximum correction frequency is not a quality setting. It simply tells ARC Genesis, how much of my speaker's frequency response do I want you to modify? Every time you increase that limit, you're giving ARC permission to change more of your speaker's sound. That doesn't automatically make it better. It simply means ARC is doing more work. The real question is, does your system actually need that much correction? Part 2. Understanding the ARC graph. Before changing any settings, you need to understand what ARC Genesis is showing you. The red line is your measured response. It's exactly what the microphone heard before any correction. The black line is your target. The green line is ARC's predicted corrected response. Most people spend all their time looking at the green line. I don't. When I'm deciding maximum correction frequency, I spend most of my time looking at the red line, because the red line tells me how much work ARC actually needs to do. Part 3. The red line tells the story. Here's the question I ask every single time. How close is the red line to the black target? But here's something many people overlook. The quality of your ARC Genesis calibration begins long before you ever click Measure. ARC Genesis is designed to correct your room. It shouldn't be used to compensate for speakers that haven't been properly positioned. Before running ARC, take the time to optimize your system. Align your speakers carefully. Experiment with toe-in. Make sure your left and right speakers are symmetrical. Verify your listening position. Every one of these adjustments changes what the microphone measures. When your speakers are positioned correctly, you'll often find that the measured response, the red line, moves closer to the target naturally. That means ARC has less work to do. Think about it. If you've already improved the response through proper setup, why ask software to fix something you've already fixed physically? The closer you can get the red line to the target before calibration, the more ARC can focus on what it does best, correcting the room. Room correction should be the final step, not the first. First, optimize your speakers. Then let ARC Genesis optimize your room. Part 4. Preserving your speaker's natural voice. Now let's talk about something that rarely gets discussed. Every speaker has its own voice. That voice didn't happen by accident. Speaker engineers spend months, sometimes years, choosing drivers, designing crossovers, measuring, listening, refining, until the speaker sounds exactly the way they intended. When you buy a quality speaker, you're not just buying components, you're buying years of engineering and a carefully designed sound. Now think about this. if your measured response is already tracking the target closely? Why ask software to completely reshape that sound? Sometimes you don't need to. For me, this becomes especially important because I use my home theater system for a lot of 2.1 channel music listening. When I'm listening to music, I want to hear as much of my speaker's natural voice as possible. That's one of the reasons I spend so much time optimizing speaker placement, alignment, and toe-in before I ever run ARC Genesis. If I can get my measured response closer to the target through proper setup, ARC doesn't have to work as hard. That allows room correction to focus on fixing the room, while preserving more of the character that made me choose those speakers in the first place. For movies, I want immersion. For music, I want authenticity. That's why I always try to preserve my speaker's natural voice as much as possible while still allowing ARC Genesis to correct the room. As I like to say, use room correction to correct the room, not to redesign your speakers. Part 5. When lower correction makes sense. Imagine you're looking at your measurements. The bass has several peaks and dips. That's normal. Bass is heavily influenced by the room. But once you move into the mid-range, the red line begins following the target very closely. Now ask yourself, what exactly am I correcting above this point? If the answer is very little, then a lower maximum correction frequency becomes a strong option, because you're preserving more of your speaker's natural sound while still allowing ARC to correct the frequencies most affected by room acoustics. Part 6. When higher correction makes sense. Now imagine a different system. Large peaks continue into the mid-range. Broad dips remain well above 1 kHz. The measured response stays noticeably away from the target. Now ARC has meaningful work to do. In cases like this, 5,000 Hz, 7,000 Hz, or even full range may produce the better result. Notice I said may, because there is no magic number. Your measurements determine the correction, not the other way around. Part 7. Stop copying other people's settings. This is where so many people go wrong. Someone online says, I use 500 Hz, so everyone copies 500. Someone else says, I only use full range, so everyone copies full range. But your room isn't their room. Your speakers aren't their speakers. Your measurements aren't their measurements. So why should your maximum correction frequency match theirs? It shouldn't. ARC Genesis is a measurement tool. Use the measurements. Don't guess. Part 8. My philosophy. When I evaluate my own ARC Genesis measurements, I don't begin by asking, what frequency do I want to use? I begin by asking, how much correction does my system actually need? Sometimes the answer is lower. Sometimes it's higher. The graph tells me. Not internet opinions, not trends, not myths. The measurements, every single time. Conclusion. The next time someone tells you, always use 250 Hz, or always use full range, ask them one simple question. What does your red measurement curve look like? Because that's where the real answer begins. Don't choose your maximum correction frequency first. Let your measurements choose it for you. Optimize your speakers, optimize their placement. Then let ARC Genesis do what it was designed to do. Correct the room while preserving the sound you invested in. If this video helped you understand ARC Genesis in a new way, subscribe to Soundcraft Studio YYC. On this channel, we don't chase myths. We don't copy settings. We learn the science behind great sound so you can build a better home theater and enjoy your music exactly the way it was meant to be heard. I'll see you in the next video.